perspective. The topic that we're going to discuss today is one of hormonal imbalance in females. We're going to discuss hormonal imbalance, so things like polycystic ovaries, ovarian cysts, endometriosis. And we're also going to discuss infertility because that's a problem that a lot of young ladies face. And, well, I shouldn't say young ladies alone because it's actually men could also be in that situation as well. A lot of times, sometimes women are falsely accused, and, when further investigation is really, the male that really requires the work. So we're going to touch on some of those things today. Of course, it is an open forum. So I'll give you the opportunity to remind the listeners of the numbers or the necessary WhatsApp that they can text their messages to be a part of the conversation.
And of course, those numbers are 627-3223 and 625-2257. There's also the option of sending a WhatsApp to 306-1065. Dr. Batson.
Definitely. So, hormonal imbalance. We know hormones are primarily chemical messengers that are produced in the body to carry out specific functions. So, your hormones will include things like testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and the list goes on. The organ system that is really responsible for the production of hormones is an organ system known as the endocrine system, which primarily comprises of the pituitary gland, thyroid, parathyroid, the adrenals, and so on. The thing is, so if you have a situation where you're producing too much hormones or too little, you would be characterized as having what is known as hormonal imbalance. Now, as it relates to female, you find a lot of women who have polycystic ovarian syndrome. They have that as a result of having hormonal imbalance. So the next question, of course, is how do you address that? How is it that your hormones become imbalanced? And what are some of the symptomology that you need to look for and that type of thing? Now, polycystic ovarian syndrome is just one situation that can be an indication of hormonal imbalance. Fibroids is also one. Endometriosis, which is thickening of the uterine lining, is also one as well. Now, the thing is, with women, a lot of women are of the belief that their menstrual cycle is supposed to be very painful. Or if they do have a painful menstrual cycle, they assume, well, that's just part of it. That, of course, is not the case. Painful menstrual cycles that are very problematic. So you have, irregular cycles. You may have cycles where you bleed profusely, or in some instances you have spotting, they never come on time, that type of thing. All of those are key warning signs and symptomology associated with hormonal imbalance. Now, when you reach further to go to infertility, where you have a female who is married or in a situation and she's attempting to get pregnant for the longest while and nothing is taking place. She do her test and she realizes, okay, something is wrong. Now, there are a number of things that could also contribute to that. Blockages in the fallopian tube, serious inflammatory response in the bowels. Your colon is actually right behind your uterus from the aspect of anatomy and physiology. So you find most women who have serious gastrointestinal problems, things like constipation, acid reflux, bloating, gas, flatulence, those type of things usually have hormonal imbalance problems because of how the gastrointestinal system actually affects all systems in the body, but in this particular case, especially the endocrine system. So those are some of the things you need to look for. Painful menstrual cycle, a lot of back pain, stomach pains. I mean, if a female experiences slight discomfort, okay, good, we're fine with that. But if it is so bad that you have to stay home, you have to take painkillers, especially maybe 2 days, 3 days before the period, because of how intense the pain is, then you need to investigate that. At Batson & Associates, there are a number of things that we actually do to correct that situation and, of course, determine how bad these hormones really are. One, of course, is the magnetic resonance analysis scan, which actually gives us the opportunity to look at the gynecology aspect, the hormonal aspect, and the endocrine aspect itself. So we're actually able to see, thyroid, parathyroid. We're actually able to see digestive system. So how well your food is being digested, because a lot of women as well also have problems with yeast, systemic yeast. So they may have issues where they have frequent UTIs, which are urinary tract infections. They may have frequent issues associated with even yeast infections, discharges, and those type of things. So the point is, You know, the old people have a saying, where there is smoke, there's fire. So it simply means that it is something that needs to be investigated rather further. And that, of course, is where your gynecologist comes in. You know, you have your pap smears done and that type of thing. Where Batson and Associates comes into the picture is, you know, our objective as a practitioner of natural and integrated medicine is always to try to do no harm. So it means that we're going to look for the easiest and the most straightforward way in correcting the situation, from the aspect of dietetics, hydration, cleansing and detoxifying. Most persons don't understand that when women have very serious problems with hormones and infertility, it is a serious indicator of gastrointestinal, but also liver, serious liver problems. Now, you may do a liver function test where they look at various aspects of the liver and it comes out good. However, you're not in the clear because a lot of persons now are being diagnosed with what is known as fatty liver. I'll say it again, a lot of persons now are being diagnosed with what is known as fatty liver. It is quite unfortunate that a lot of people who have fatty liver do not understand how serious or severe fatty liver is. It is a serious indicator of a lethargic liver and a liver that does not function properly. And that, of course, once the problem continues and it exacerbates, you're going to end up in some serious problems. So that is something that you need to pay close attention to. And again, you know, boards out what we always discuss as a matter of not necessarily treating the symptomology, but actually dealing with the root cause of the problem. So first thing those women need to look at is your hydration. What is going on with your water? Are you drinking sufficient amounts of water? Once you cover that, then you need to look at your bowel movement. You need to look at your fiber intake. A lot of women, because of being ladies, women, you know, they don't use washrooms all over the place. So they tend to postpone themselves or drinking water and wait to drink water when they reach home, and throughout the day they do not drink water because they don't want to use restrooms. Now, even though that may be saving you some problems, it is actually going to create a lot of problems later on for you because that dehydration situation is actually contributing or further exacerbating an already compromised endocrine system, compromised situation where you have hormonal imbalance. So that's something that they need to pay very close attention to. And the blood analysis, of course, that we do, which is the live nutritional blood cell analysis, that and all is going to give us an indicator of, you know, what's going on in terms of free radical, what's going on in terms of your digestion, if your food is being assimilated properly, if you have problems with pathogens, whether it be bacteria, virus, fungus. So it's very important that, you know, you determine and deal with the root aspect of the problem that is actually contributing to this high amount of inflammation, which is now contributing to infertility, polycystic ovaries, hormonal imbalance, that type of thing. So let me just give you those telephone numbers quickly. For the Shogunas office, you can give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261. That clinic is located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Shogunas. We also on the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Davie. That telephone number is 223-7515. Again, that's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That telephone number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number is 226-4553. 226-4553. Over to you, Samantha. Do we have any questions as yet?
Yes, we do. We have a question that comes via WhatsApp. It says, hello, Dr. Batson. I'm diabetic and hypertensive for the past 10 years. I've been taking medication for both. Recently, I noticed at the bottom of both of my feet have started to feel numb. What can I do for this issue?
Okay, good question. Okay, so if you're hypertensive and diabetic for years, it means that you have a serious problem with poor circulation. Because one of the issues with diabetes is that because diabetes primarily is high levels of glucose in your bloodstream, because glucose is so oxidative, it actually causes significant damage to your capillaries. Your capillaries, of course, is microcirculation, so circulation in the brain, the head, close to the eyes, that type of thing, in the extremities, toes, on their feet. So once you're getting burning and things like pins and needle cramping, that is actually neuropathy or nerve damage. But the neuropathy or nerve damage was actually caused by poor circulation as a consequence of having diabetes. And of course, in this particular case, having high blood pressure. What can you do? again, hydration is important. So focus on that. Remember, the rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 in ounces. Please, Trinidad and Tobago, if you implement just that, you will be surprised at the type of improvement that you will get in your body overall. As regards to the type of water, there is a brand of alkaline water that we carry called Alkagen, and that's actually available at all of our offices. We also dealing in that situation, we have things like circulation tea. There's a product we use called Balanced Circulation, which is a liquid circulation product that we should get back in stock in like maybe about the next week and a half. But what that does, it actually cleans the blood vessels and it actually helps to tone the blood vessels. So that's very important, especially when you're dealing with pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation, which is below the heart. So those are some of the things that you could look at. Eliminate cold water from your diet because that's going to further exacerbate a poor circulation situation. And of course, look at the diet. You know, I always tell persons when you eat, your plate should be at least half greens. The next quarter should be protein, and your the next quarter some sort of carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates like that. So you want things like quinoa, a little provision, so maybe like sweet potato, a little dasheen. If you're using rice, more brown rice. And once you do that, you would start to now make the necessary changes or see the necessary changes as regards to that particular situation. Okay?
And we do have another question. It says, hello, what can I use for hot flashes? I had a hysterectomy in 2017 and have suffered from hot flashes since.
Okay, again, good question. So hysterectomy is the surgical removal of the uterus. If it's a total hysterectomy, it would be surgical removal of the uterus as well as the ovaries. So the thing is, when you do a hysterectomy, because those organs are closely linked to one's emotion and cognitive function, that type of thing, sleep, you can go into what is known as immediate menopause. So in this particular case, she's getting hot flashes, which is just one symptomology. Possibility exists if she doesn't correct it, she's going to end up with later with other issues, hypertension. It could cause problems with depression, anxiety, and the list goes on. So what you need to do is do some sort of natural, in my opinion, hormone replacement. Now, hormone replacement therapy is something that has been used for years. The problem with hormone or conventional hormone replacement therapy is that it has been proven to cause cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, colorectal cancer, that type of thing. So you really don't want to be going down that road. So it's a matter of actually now addressing the hormones and making some natural application in terms of dietetics, supplementation, that type of thing. There's a product we carry called Women's Formula, very popular. That is a product that helps. There's a tea that we carry as well, which is a feminine tea, which is designed, again, to balance hormones, that type of thing. There's also a product we carry called Female Balance as well. That also helps in that situation. So you have those options, and of course, we could just do cleaning up in terms of the liver. So 7-channel detox, which is a product we carry called Santulan, which is a 7-channel detox. It detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. Very important if you're looking at dealing with low energy, if you have headaches. I was just telling someone this morning that, I remember dealing with a client recently who came to us, and they had headaches for 15 years. 15 years they were diagnosed with what is known as cluster headaches and migraine headaches. And interestingly, when they came to us and I saw the report, I looked at the MRI, we looked at the CT scan, we looked at the various blood tests. Everything said that they were good. Of course, upon further investigation, that of course was not the case, because once you're feeling sick, something is wrong with you. It's just a matter of actually looking for the answers in the right places. So the long and short of the story, the person was dehydrated, seriously constipated, and what their body was doing is something known as auto-intoxication. The prefix auto meaning self, intoxication meaning poison. So essentially, toxins and poisons were just circulating in the body, and of course, that doesn't do good for anyone, because all living organisms eat and they excrete. So essentially, once you have high levels of pathogen, especially yeast, candida, you're going to find that it's going to have problems with headaches, you're going to have problems with your eyesight, you're going to have problems with sleep, anxiety, depression, that type of thing. So when we corrected that, of course, the headaches went. So, Trinidad and Tobago, that is just to tell you, listeners of 106.5 FM, it is a matter of not necessarily dealing with the symptomology. So the headache wasn't the problem. The headache was just the result of a greater problem. I often tell persons, if you look at a domino effect, if you have 100 dominoes and all these dominoes fall down, which domino do you pick up first? You cannot pick up the last domino. So in other words, you cannot deal with the symptomology. You have to pick up the first domino in order for all the other dominoes to come up. Simple common sense, right? So it's a matter of really addressing the root cause of the problem. What is the condition of your gastrointestinal system? What is the condition of your liver? You know, many people walking around, as I said, with fatty liver, and they are told that fatty liver is not a big deal. No. That is so untrue. Go and research it for yourself. So those are the organs and the organ systems that you really need to focus on. So again, very quickly, you can give us a call or visit. Keep in mind, we do have our open clinic days at all our offices, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. For Shogunas, that number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. For Debe, it's 223-7515. That's 223-7550. I will actually be in Debe office this Saturday together with 2 of the other consultants. So if it is you do want an appointment, you could always call. If you're doing a walk-in, just keep in mind, if you're doing the blood test and the other tests, you just need to fast for 2 hours. That's very important. St. James' number is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is 226-4553. Keep in mind that we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson & Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson & Associates Limited, and TT rather, and on YouTube, we are Batson & Associates Trinidad. Over to you, Samantha.
And a reminder that if you do have a question for Dr. Jason Batson, you can call us right now using the numbers 627-3223, 627-3223, as well as 625-2257, 625-2257. You can also send your medical question via WhatsApp to the number 306-1065, 306-1065. And the company Batson and Associates started its operations in September of 2009. It is an organization of trained health consultants and practitioners in Ayurvedic, Chinese, holistic, natural, and nutritional medicine. Dr. Batson.
Yes, definitely. Let me again say a pleasant good afternoon to our Facebook listeners. We have Miss Michelle Gans, we have Miss Roxanne Didier, Miss Jessica Augustus. Everyone says good afternoon. A pleasant good afternoon to you. And in fact, someone is asking a question here. Miss Didier is asking, Dr. Batson, does alkaline water lower blood pressure? And the answer is, to an extent, yes. I mean, water on the whole, not even alkaline water alone. Once you increase your water intake, it is going to positively affect your blood pressure. Most people are hypertensive because they're dehydrated. Remember, 70% of your body is water. 75%, let's say about 70% of your blood is plasma, which is primarily liquid water. The remaining 30% is solid, red blood cells, platelets, white blood cells, that type of thing. So obviously, if you increase your water intake, I mean, the alkaline water is just going to do faster than most because the water has ORP, which is oxidative reduction potential, and the water is a microclustered water, which simply means that the particle size is smaller, and as a result of that, hydration is more optimal, which is very, very important, because the unfortunate thing is there are a lot of persons outside who consume water, but their body doesn't actually utilize the water properly. It's like, you know, the old people are saying, like water on duck back. It simply goes out of the system. You basically urinate, you would sweat, and it comes out in your stool, as opposed to the body actually hydrating itself from a cellular level. And that is very important, because a lot of the times when we do the blood analysis, that's one of the things that it actually gives us the opportunity to do, to really look at the blood cells themselves from the structural perspective. Like, for example, your blood cells are supposed to be of a particular size. So when we magnify your blood sample, under that microscope, and we see your blood cells magnify about 3,000 times, it now gives us an opportunity to see the structural aspect of your blood. So we see your white blood cells, we see the formation, we see your red blood cells, we see the patterns they create. So the thing is, once you have, there's something known as Rolo, which is basically like stacking 25 cents rather on top of each other. If your blood cells do that, it means that you have a problem with oxygen and circulation, because remember, blood is responsible for transporting oxygen and nutrients. The thing is, if your blood cells are close together, they cannot receive proper oxygen and have proper oxygen exchange. And that in itself creates a whole host of problems. The vein thrombosis, poor circulation. The same person who asked the question about burning pins and needles, cramping in your cars and those type of things. That's the consequence. Problems with your eyesight. When you have problems with blurred vision, memory problems, there's something known as vertigo, which is where you experience dizziness, lightheadedness, you feel as if the room's spinning. Once you're experiencing those things, it is a clear indication that your pulmonary circulation, which is circulation above your heart, is poor or compromised. In correcting that, there are things that we do at Batson and Associates in terms of the testing, the dietary protocol, protocol as it relates to various supplementation that you may need in order to correct that particular situation. So again, very quickly, keep in mind our open clinic day. In all of our offices, open clinic day simply means you do not have to have an appointment. You can just call or you can just walk in. We will facilitate you. Just keep in mind, if you're doing the live blood, the dry blood, and the scan, so if you're doing that entire package with the food detox as well as the executive consultation, you just have to fast for 2 hours. Ensure that you do that. Over to you, Samantha.
And a reminder that if you do have a question that you would like to ask Dr. Jason Batson live on air, do feel free to give us a call at 627-3223, 627-3223, or 625-2257, 625-2257. You can also send your question via WhatsApp to 306-1065, 306-1065. And we do have a question. Someone is asking, how can you stop nighttime cramps?
Oh, that's a serious thing. You know? I mean, cramps on the whole is bad, or are bad, rather. But when you get in nighttime cramps, it is an indication of mineral deficiency, mineral imbalance in the body. Again, it could also be a situation with hydration. So check your body, check your, as I said, the rule for drinking water is your body weight divided by 2 ounces. I always tell persons do that first because then it means that your problem can easily be alleviated. If it still persists, it can be an indication that you need a detox. So 7-channel detox, kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. It can also be an indication of calcium, magnesium, potassium deficiency, which a lot of people have, especially if it is your hypertension, you're hypertensive and you're using hypertension medication, or you use diuretics, or you're someone who drink a lot of coffee. I mean, those things cause you to lose sodium, and water follows sodium, and it causes problems where you could actually end up with cramps at night. So those are the 3 possibilities. So as I said, start with the water first, hydrate your body and see how you feel, and then you could always go from there. Okay?
And again, the numbers to call, 627-3223, 627-3223, or 625-2257, 625-2257. You can also send your medical question via WhatsApp to 306-1065. Dr. Batson?
Yes, definitely. Again, a pleasant good afternoon to our social media. So keep in mind, if you do not have us yet on Facebook, you can add us. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. And of course, the advantage in that is that you'll be able to see a lot of our information as regards to offices when we're running specials. We actually had a promotion Saturday before this Saturday that went here. The family tree promotion where we actually, we dealt with like about 15 families on that Saturday. And it was quite well received. A lot of persons actually was able to do the blood analysis, live and dry blood. It opened their eyes to a number of things, and they were quite pleased with it. So, feel free to add us, follow us, share us. So we are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. Keep in mind, we do also have road delivery available. So you just call any of those numbers and they will, of course, give you information about the road delivery system.
And we do have a question that comes via WhatsApp. It says, hello, good day. I have PCOS on both ovaries. What can I do? Also, I have gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, and the thing is, a lot of people associate polycystic ovarian syndrome to weight. To how to put it, people who tend to be more weighty or maybe obese. Now that is, even though obesity or diabetes can contribute or be a signal contributing to poor polycystic ovarian syndrome, it is not only that particular case. But what I suggest you do, we can correct that situation. We have helped persons on numerous occasions with that. What you're going to have to do is just bring a recent abdominopelvic ultrasound. When I say recent, it should not be older than 6 months, a year for the most. And of course, we'll have our point of reference in terms of size, location, the amount of inflammation in the uterus, because they're going to give, in terms of the size of the uterus, whatever the case may be, ovary, size of the cyst. And then from there, we would actually be able to now design a protocol for you. And then we have a before and after. So most likely, we normally take like about 3 to 4 months. And you get your protocol, you do what you need to do, and then you go back afterwards. And you now have empirical data that shows, listen to me, I no longer have these cysts, I no longer have these fibroids, or they're no longer the size that they were. They're much smaller, and it might just be a matter of doing the protocol again, or maybe doing a month again, or something like that, in order to give you the results that you desire. So it has to be a before and after, and a comparison together with a protocol that has to be put in place. But that situation, once you're willing to work and follow the dietary requirements, because that is important. I mean, the supplemental aspect and what is being given to you is vital, is very, very important. However, food is your fuel that you take in your body on a daily basis. So if your food is not sensible, you have a lot of saturated fats, you're using a lot of high glycemic foods, those type of things, it means you're going to increase inflammation in the body, and according to the old people, you'll just be spinning top in mud, you're not going anywhere. So in order to get the results that you want, it has to be a uniform program that takes different things into consideration, including your lifestyle and your diet. That is very, very important. Okay, so feel free to give us a call. Those telephone numbers again are 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. And of course, look out on our social media for our foot detox special. We're actually running foot detox specials from this month straight to December. So as I said, it would be great for you to find us on Facebook. We are Batson Associates Limited. On Instagram, we are Batson Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson Associates Trinidad. Samantha, it's always a pleasure to be in your company. Let me say thank you to the listeners of 106.5 FM. As we always say at Batson Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless, and do enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thank you again.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Batson. And that was our special health segment featuring Dr. Jason Batson of Batson and Associates. You can visit them today on the first floor Money Talks building, 182 Southern Main Road, Montrose. You can call them at 222-8261. That is 222-8261. Or WhatsApp them at 314-9975. 314-9975. Keep listening as we talk health every Thursday from 1:15 p.m. right here at Freedom 106.5 FM.
If you love technology, then tune in for the digital world on Freedom 1.
Okay, so social media people, let me say a pleasant good afternoon. Miss Michelle Ligans, Miss Elspeth Tinia Jimenez. Yes, I'm glad for the topic. So ladies, all of y'all who suffering with this hot flash and you're crying and you can't sleep and you... Because let me tell you something, you need to be careful. It has some very fancy medication that these psychiatrists want to put you on. And I'm not criticizing anybody, but you just need to be careful because a lot of times these things interfere with your brain chemistry and it literally messes you up. It's not mess I want to say, but all you know, I can't say what I want to say. So be wise. Understand what you're doing. Know what it is you're doing. What is going on with your water? How much water you're drinking? The water drinkers, the people who hate water, stop all your nonsense. Give yourself, today is what? What's the day? Today is the 8th? 8th of September 2022. You're too big for that nonsense. Start drinking water. Reduce, remove coffee. Well, them nasty soft drink and them take that out of it. That is doing nothing for you. That's a whole bag of sugar and getting you sick. Stop it. I don't care what you like. I don't care what color it is. Stop it. You are going to kill yourself. All right? Common sense make before book. Start drinking, get a proper shoes, start to do some walking. COVID done. Well, I mean, you know what I mean? It's there, but you can't use COVID as an excuse for not exercising again. Please, come on. Somebody tell me that. Well, you know, that COVID. No. Come on, please. Put on a mask. Double mask. Something. Do something. Exercise in your house. Walk in your yard. There's always a will. Where there's a will, you know, you've ever seen where there's a will, there is a way. Keep in mind our promotion, the Food Detox promotion that is running from this month to December. Detox, let me tell you something quickly before we go. Detoxifying is why I think Santulan sells so much. Right now I'm using a Santulan. There's actually a client of mine who's using Santulan. They came to me, was it yesterday? Yesterday I had some information to share with them. You know what's the first thing they said? They said, Dr. Batson, watch me. Them products I take from you real good, but watch me. See that Santulan? Everybody saying, boy, you're losing weight, your belly going down, and your skin glowing so. And they only using Santulan 4 days now. Where's your excuse? Where's your excuse? Santulan is not $1 million. 3 bottles of water is not $1 million. Take what I'm telling you. Right? So, remember, telephone numbers, Shogunas, 2228261. That's 2228261. Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is 220-8113. That's 220-8113. And Tobago is 226-4553. People who need tea, circulation tea. Well, I don't know we don't have any circulation tea right now. The tea is low, but keep in mind, we are getting teas in the very near future. In about a week, week and a half, we'll get teas. So once you know you want your tea and you know the tea you're accustomed using, call the office, place your order, and when the tea comes, they're going to make sure and call you. Miss Jelsia Augustus, do you have delivery to the US? Yes, my dear, we do. You can contact 1-868, that's 1-868-314-9975. Miss Marcia Letrin, a pleasant good afternoon to you. Clifton Henry, pleasant good afternoon to you, sir. Clifton Henry asked the question, what can be used for fat in your blood? We have a tea called cholesterol tea. Get us some Santulan and get some of the alkagen water and the advanced chlorophyll. We have some, anyway, I'm going to tell you about no new products because I'll get links. Because I owe all the set of things. So let me just say nothing. All you'll just know it come out, and when it come out, it come out. All right? So, as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. God bless you guys. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, and enjoy the rest of the day. Next program, Saturday morning. Yes, Saturday morning. That's the Street 91.9. That's from Saturday from 6:05 to 6:55 a.m. Okay, so God bless. To my Instagram family, pleasant good day. I like all these fancy names. No, I am not on Instagram as yet. I'm supposed to open my account. Shaki is supposed to do that for me. But here this now, I don't want. When you're on Instagram, it's a special name. Why everybody named this song, and so
well, you can pick
a name.
You can pick whatever name.
Yeah, the real sweet pea join. What a sweet anyway. All right, so Instagram people, share us, like us, because this topic I spoke about today is a lot of young ladies suffering. I don't know why all the women suffering all themselves. So there are things to get you better. So take care. And yeah, someone is asking Rachel Johnson has no Sunday show. No, Miss Rachel Johnson, on Saturday is 6:05 a.m. That's on the Street 91.9. And Sunday, we back to normal on Sunday, which is Sunday from 9 to 11. And that is Sky 99.5 FM. I will also do something on Sky Monday morning early. That's with my boy Corey Joseph. So that is going to be most likely anywhere between 1 a.m. to maybe 2:30 a.m. Somewhere around there, we're going to do something. The real sweet pea say, hey, doc. And she's smiling. I want to, anyway, I'll do anyway. I'm going to behave myself on the people radio. I'm not going to ask you what a P stands for. But we will leave it there. So take care, people, and you all enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.